You are far more attractive if you move on. I say moved on. I define that as the moment when you are no longer emotionally controlled by them or the relationship. You have to be willing to put themselves at the center. That's really what it is. They have to be open to being uncomfortable, because I do ask you to do some uncomfortable things. Feeling your feelings is really uncomfortable. And you have to be willing to say, I'm willing to let go. I'm willing to say that my past won't be my future. They've lost this ability to stand on their own 2 feet and be confident in who they are, what they stand for, what's important to them, what their dreams are. All of this stuff becomes enmeshed with the person of, I tell the story of how I had this vision with my ex of like, not just a vision, we talked about it all the time. We were going to buy a house. We were going to get married and have kids. And we saw ourselves at 80 years old holding hands on our front porch in the rocking chairs, watching our grandkids play in the yard, right? Like, I had a whole future planned with this person. And when that relationship ends, you lose your best friend, you lose your lover, you love your trusted confidant, you lose the person you share your day with, the good and the bad, and then you lose your whole future. So when people say like, I lost myself, you did. Like, look how much you lost, because we're always defining ourselves in relationship to others. And it makes sense. So we just have to reestablish, what dreams do you still want? What matters to you for your future? Me holding hands with somebody at 80 on a porch is still a dream I have. It's not with him. It's just whoever that person's going to be. Like, I want to be that couple when I'm 80, holding hands with somebody, still in love with my partner. That's a dream I still have for myself. And I get to separate that out, and I get to keep it for me, because that's what matters. I'll start with rebuilding self-trust. It starts with rebuilding your ability to trust yourself, of like, no matter what happens, I got me and I'm going to be okay. That's where it really always starts. And sometimes that looks like being able to handle emotions when they come up. That might be it. Or being able to stop yourself from beating yourself up. That's rebuilding self-trust, of not saying like, I have a lot of people that are like, I'm such a loser, I'm such a failure, right? We're really hard on ourselves. So when we learn how to stop that, that's rebuilding self-trust. And then from there, you're right. Sometimes I go back and I'm like, who were you before the relationship? We might mine that for information about you. But I'm also, like I said, really interested in, what are your dreams? What do you want for your life? And we start looking at, what are your desires? And we can start building a future. They did a research study a long time ago about what makes a perfect hug, because what they found in the research is it's not, if you put all your weight into the other person, that's not a good hug, right? If you like lean all the way over and they have to support all your weight, that doesn't feel good. Likewise, it doesn't feel very good if the person gives you all of their weight and you have to hold them completely. They found that the perfect hug is when each person has their own body weight centered over their own feet and they're leaning towards each other. And I find that's the perfect analogy for a relationship, because you want to have your weight, your center, still be yourself, and you're sharing with the other person, right? Like, they're not going to hold all your weight. You've got your weight. So I think when you're in a relationship, the most important thing is to keep prioritizing yourself, of what makes me happy, what are my needs, and think about it like I'm sharing. I'm building with somebody, not they're responsible for my happiness. I think when we start making somebody else responsible for our happiness or our well-being, when we give them that responsibility, that's your responsibility. Don't give that away to somebody else. You want to maintain your ability to influence yourself. That's personal power. And I think that's a really important part of relationships that we don't talk enough about.